This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in Azure Virtual Desktop, today's agenda is to understand about how we can manage the user's profile. As we know that whenever we set up our Azure Virtual Desktop, it's our responsibility to assign multiple user for multiple session, right? So each and every user needs to create their own profile, and as a Azure Virtual Desktop engineer or AVD engineer, it's our responsibility. We should know about the procedure to protect the profile data of each and every user. So in this session, we will discuss about how we can protect the user's profile by using FsLogix tool. We have a two different way to protect it. You can proceed and use Azure storage to store the profile data, or you can also establish your own share storage and use share storage to store your user's profile. We have a both way. So I'll give you the information about the both, how we can protect it. But before that, let me show you the setup that we created. In case of virtual machine, we have already created our domain controller. AVD host pool is also running properly, and our agenda to create a new virtual machine and configure AVD host pool. Other services like as a domain and Azure Active Directory, both are working properly. I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Jay, can you hear me? So this is our agenda to set up our AVD host pool. We are trying to, we will use basically uh, FsLogix tool, and by using the FsLogix tool, we will establish our own environment, means to protect our profile data for every user. The virtual machine, in virtual machine domain is available, and the domain successfully synchronize the entire users from our domain controller to Azure Active Directory. It means that everything is okay. We will proceed directly to create the host pool. But before that, it's our responsibility. We should create our FsLogix, means with the help of golden image, and we'll use the same machine to host with our domain controller. This is our agenda basically. First of all, let me connect our domain controller that we created, and then proceed to establish our FsLogix service. Number of users we have already created in our domain controller, so we will use the same users to manage our AVD host pool, right? This is our agenda basically. Back to the Azure portal and create one golden image, because our responsibility to set up FsLogix to protect the profile data. The golden image practical we have already completed. This time I'm going to show you the FsLogix. We are creating the golden image for the security of our profile data. AVD class, and you can type the name of your virtual machine. So I'm going to proceed with the, just need to click see all, and you must need to select the multi-session image. Select any of operating system. I'm going to proceed with this one. Uh, do not proceed with trusted standard. Our virtual machine is available in central US, so you must need to create your multi-session based virtual machine in same location. Okay. Unfortunately, I created multiple virtual machine. Virtual machine already deleted, but the nick card of the entire virtual machines are still available. So that's why you know that the limit of our free trial ever our MSDN account. So that's why we are unable to create a new instance. So you should remove the entire public IP address, because whenever we set up our virtual machine, it will create a nick card and also hard drives. See, number of hard disks are available, and definitely these hard disks will also impact to your billing. So make sure while deleting your virtual machine, you must need to delete the hard drive as well as the NIC card, and make sure the hard disk must not attach with any instance. Okay, we remove the entire disk and the NIC card as well. So let's try to create new virtual machine, and this virtual machine must be multi-session because you are creating as a golden image. To set up our FsLogix tool to store the profile data of our existing AVD host pool. AVD host pool, type the name of your virtual machine, select the location, and same procedure you should proceed with the golden image. Okay, so I'm going to proceed and create Windows 10 Enterprise multi-session version 21H2 plus Microsoft 365 application. And this machine we will use for the FsLogix service. Provide the username and password. This is local user ID and password, or you can say that this is for administrator, local administrator for this machine. No need to do anything. Select and accept the term and license. I don't want to open any other port. 3389 is applicable for this machine, and by using 3389, we'll take the RDP of our VM. So I'm going to proceed and create our virtual machine, but meanwhile, let me show you the procedure or prerequisite if you want to protect your profile data of AVD users. So what are the prerequisites? It's mandatory for us. We should know about the prerequisite and also procedure. So basically, FsLogix it's not only applicable for AVD. FsLogix is a type of tool uh, that help us to protect the profile data from any VDI environment. Because you know that in case of VDI, n number of VDI providers are available. We are able to set up our VDI with the help of ESXi and VMware Horizon. We can establish our VDI with the help of uh, Zen Server Citrix, VDI with VMware, and VDI with Zen Server. I'm talking about the Citrix and AVD host pool. Even Microsoft Server 2016 and 2012 can also give us option to set up the terminal services. So terminal services is also a type of VDI solution. No matter which types of setup you establish for VDI, you can use FsLogix to protect the profile data. Means the FsLogix tool is applicable to secure the profile data from any setup that you establish, that any method that you are using to protect the profile data. Let's talk about the AVD solution. So in case of AVD solution, what are the prerequisite are step? First of all, create VM just like as a normal virtual machine, but the virtual machine's operating system must be multi-session, right? The VM that you are trying to create must be a multi-session. Second step, connect RDP, right? The virtual machine that you created, it's our responsibility, connect RDP. Then number third, download FsLogix tool, and then install the tool in the same virtual machine. After that, it's our responsibility configure registry, and the final option provide path to save your provide path to save the profile data. Then capture the image, then create poll. So you must need to follow this 8 different step to manage our FsLogix service. The very simple step that we have already completed, like virtual machine creation and connect RDP. The important point is you need to provide the path to save your profile data. In case of path, we can proceed with local storage service, or you wanted to set up your storage over a cloud. With the help of storage account, we can assign the space. You want to proceed with the local storage, so that time you need to create one folder, share with full permission and assign, right? So I'm going to show you the entire step because the multi-session based virtual machine we already created. I'm going to take the RDP. I'll show you the both step to protect our data, like by using local storage and by using the share storage with the help of Azure storage account. Let's take RDP of our virtual machine, and after that follow the step as I mentioned. Fine. So we successfully connected our virtual machine. It's not only virtual machine. We are planning to make it golden image. So what's the first step? You should download one tool. The tool is FsLogix. So as discussed before, FsLogix tool we can use for the various purpose. Not various purpose. You can say that which is applicable for not only the AVD. You can also use the same tool for uh, Citrix environment. You can use it for VMware Horizon, or if you establish any kind of terminal server by using server operating system, so you can use the same tool. You should download. The capacity of this particular tool is just 173 MB. Need to download and install in the golden image. So I'm using our 64-bit based operating system. So let me install it. Install the FsLogix, run. And it's mandatory to restart. Once you install the FsLogix, it's mandatory to restart. I'm going to restart the virtual machine and connect again, and after that we'll follow this next step. Fine. So we successfully installed the FsLogix tool in our virtual machine, and this is the master copy of our VM, because by using the same master copy, we will create the AVD host code. Now let's try to understand about how we can protect the profile data. Everyone, whenever we create any user, it may be active directory user or local user, and you are trying to log in with any computer, it's not mandatory only for the Windows operating system. If you are using Linux machine, Mac operating system, or any other like Chrome operating system, every operating system will create a profile, and under the profile, you know very well about, under the profile you can find multiple, in the profile you will find multiple folder like document, my document, my picture, my image, download, recycle bin, desktop. These all are the folder automatically created when you log in your computer. As it is in case of AVD environment, if we try to understand about the concept of VDI solution, so the usage of VDI solution is basically we are able to connect single computer through the multiple user. This is our virtual machine that we established under the VDI or under the AVD host pool. So in AVD host pool, it's our responsibility to create or assign multiple session. Like as you establish three different session, one, session two, and session three. Now, it means that three different users are able to access your virtual machine at a same time. Like as AWS is a type of user, GCP is another user, and Azure. We establish three different users, and each and every users are able to access your virtual machine at the same time. So definitely the AWS will create their own profile, right? And GCP establish their own profile, and about Azure can also establish their own profile. In the profile, we have already discussed a number of folder will automatically created once you set up the profile for any Active Directory user or any local user. It's not mandatory for here for the Active Directory user. So it's our responsibility. Think about if anyone can delete the Azure user, or due to any reason you want to delete the Azure user, but you wanted to protect the entire profile in the sense the activity that performed by the Azure, the downloaded by Azure user, perform some activity and save over a desktop, manage something in our document. So it's our responsibility, we should know about the data saving of our profile. So in this case, it's mandatory for us. We must need to select at least one storage where we can set up, where we can save the profile data of our AVD. Manage share storage, manage share storage to store AVD users profile. Right. So we have a two different method to provide the share storage. One, you can proceed with local storage, and second, we are able to set up a Azure storage service. In Azure storage service, we are able to store the data in file share. I'll help you to understand about the concept of file share. So file share is a built-in service which is available in Azure storage account. Whenever we create an account in our storage, it will provide us a container and blob, file share, table and queues. So we'll create a storage account and then establish one file share. Under the file share, we'll store our AVD host profile data. So now everything is fine. I'm going to set up the storage service. Virtual machine is ready to use. Our responsibility to uh, make some changes in the registry of our gold image. But before that, you should create at least one share storage. We have a both way. I'm going to help you to understand about managing profile data using local share storage, and after that, we'll proceed for the share storage over Azure portal as well. Open disk management. I'm going to open disk mgmp.msc. So that time I'm going to use our existing Windows Server operating system and capture some space from C drive, create another partition, and this partition will be used for the used to to store the profile data. So I wanted to create not much, 30 gig of space, 30 gig of partition to store the profile data. Now OneDrive is ready to use. Let's try to open this PC and select drive letter E. Create one folder. Let me create the folder with name of profile and right click on the profile folder. Go to the properties, sharing, advanced sharing. Share this folder, permission and allow. You should share this folder with full permission. This is your path, double slash domain and slash profile. Instead of using domain name, you can also proceed with the private IP address. It's up to you. Fine. This is our profile. This is our share storage. This is local share storage. We'll use it for we'll use it to store our what we can say our user's profile data.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Fine. So let me proceed and help you to understand about what are other settings that required to manage the FsLogix service. It's really simple step that we need to use. We need to make some changes in the registry. So open the virtual machines registry. Once you install the FsLogix, back to the virtual machine, and as we know that, open run and type regedit.msc. Just type regedit, not MSC. Now it will provide us a multiple path. So our responsibility to make a changes with the local machine. We just need to select local machine, and it will provide us a multiple option. You should select with software, and we recently installed one software, FsLogix. So you will find the FsLogix option. Under the FsLogix, multiple options are available, like application and all. Our responsibility to select profile, and in the profile you just right click and create new profile. Select profile and create new profile. The first profile should be, you can use the first profile that you need to create should be 64-bit, because we are using 64-bit operating system. And you must need to type enabled. Then another option you need to create, right click and click new, and this time multi-string value. So in multi-string value, you need to provide VHD location, VHD locations. Under the VHD location, you should provide the path. Double click and it will give you the option to provide the value. How we can get the value? Back to the local storage that we created, and from the local storage, you need to copy the path and paste here. Okay, so this is the path, and as we discussed before, instead using of the path using the name of domain controller, name of computer, you can also proceed with the private IP address. So let me verify the private IP address. IP config 192.168.1.4, I'll use the same IP address uh, to set up the path. Double slash 192.168.1.4 slash profile. This is the path of our share folder, right? The path of share folder. No need to do anything. Just click not an issue. Click OK. Everything is okay. We just need to establish one more point. Now it's time to create the what we can say that now it's time to create change the value one. Okay, everything is okay. Now let's create what we can say that we just need to create the golden image, not golden image. You need to create it, capture the virtual machine image. VHD location, fine. Everything is okay. Just need to click right click here, run, and execute sysprub command. But before that, make sure you have idea about uh, version of your operating system. 10.0.190.44. 190.44. Fine. Sysprub, double click on sysprub command. I wanted to shut down it, not reboot. Generalize, check mark, and click OK. And you should wait for few minutes, 5 to 7 minutes required to prepare the image for capture. Now we should wait for 5 minutes, and after that we'll proceed to create the image of our virtual machine. We'll capture the image for our virtual machine. Still running. So once it says stop, we will proceed to create and capture the image.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So virtual machine is stopped successfully. Now it's time to create the capture. Capture the image for the AVD host pool. Create image. Same procedure that we have already used. Share image to virtual Azure compute gallery. Yes, I wanted to do that because we will use the same image to set up our AVD host pool. Let's create one target. So this time FsLogix. This is the target name. We create. No need to do anything. I don't want to proceed to specialized. We can proceed with generalized option only. And yes, you also need to create the target image definition. Gold image for FsLogix. This is our agenda. Everything is okay. Click OK again and the version of your virtual machine's operating system. It's mandatory to provide the version of your operating system 10.0.19044, right? This is the version of our operating system, so you should provide the same version and exclude the latest. I don't want to make any changes because we provide the accurate version of our virtual machine's image. And you can put your virtual machine for some time. Like I wanted to proceed for the 8th of August, so I wanted to use this image for next 3 days. Next, I don't want to create any kind of redundancy. Proceed with the standard SDD LRS, local redundant storage. I don't want to make a failover. Just need to click review and create. And you know very well about to create the image. Definitely, it will take time to 5 to 7 minutes. So wait for few more minutes, and once our golden image is ready to use, we will proceed and create the host pool and check the our profile data. Means because our responsibility to protect the profile data, so you should uh, create your AVD pool by using the same golden image. So wait for a few more minutes.
Yeah, deployment completed,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, deployment completed. Now it's time to create AVD host pool. But before that, whenever we set up the AVD host pool, make sure that your the entire user is properly able to synchronize with Azure Active Directory service, because you know that without Azure AD users, we are unable to manage anything. We are unable to manage our AVD host pool. So what I'm going to do, let me resynchronize our Active Directory. See, the service is not started, so that's why you should check it, start the service, and run the AD Connect again. Open services.msc, select Microsoft Synchronized Service, Microsoft AD Synchronized Service, right click and start it. Let me verify the service again because we successfully restarted it. And let me run our Azure AD Connect tool to synchronize the latest changes. It is in progress. We should you wait for a few more minutes. Now click on configure, select customize synchronization option, provide the username and password. This is our global administrator account, so I'm going to use the same user ID and password to synchronize the users that we created in our on-premises AD. Next, and create. We should wait for a few more minutes. Fine. So we successfully synchronized the users from 80. Let me refresh the page and wait for a few more minutes. The entire user successfully synchronized. So GCP user that I created before, so the GCP user contained the entire features in the sense like I made it enterprise administrator and another members. We added this user to the another existing group. So verify with by just clicking on the member. See GCP user, and I wanted to verify the user ID and password. Back to the Azure Ready portal, copy the username and try to verify the password. Portal.azure.com, GCP at the rate teachmecloud.in, and try to log in. Fine. Password, user ID and password both are correct. I'm just going to proceed and create AVD host pool. So to create a AVD host pool, back to the Azure portal, Azure Virtual Desktop, follow the same step. The source group must be same, and this time I'm going to proceed with FsLogix. Central US is our location because the entire services are running in Central US. Pooled, number of session 3. Next, enable for access our virtual machine from outside the network. Again, need to click on the virtual machine. Yes, I wanted to add one virtual machine. Type the name FSVM. Central US is our location. I don't want to create any kind of failover, and let's proceed with the standard. Select the image, click on see all images, click on shared image, and it will give you the complete information about the image that you created. So under the shared image, we created gold FsLogix, right? Select your image, provide the information about number of instance, number of virtual machine. No need to do anything. Select your network, AVD VNet, basic, and Active Directory. Yes, in case of Active Directory, GCP at the rate teachmecloud.in, and password. Define your domain name. Yes, I wanted to define my domain name. It's a teachmecloud.in. Provide username and password. The username password you can say that for local administrator to access your user locally. Next, create the workspace FS work. Next, review and create everything is okay. So you know that again it will take 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. So we should wait once our host pool is ready to use. We will proceed for the next step. Create it. I'm going to pause the recording and wait for the completion.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, fine. So our AVD host pool successfully deployed, but we should check it. It's working properly because we are responsible to protect our AVD host pool, right? So okay, they update some change. They make some changes over a portal. See, this is new wizard. What I'm going to do, let me connect our AVD host pool, right? just need to click on application group and assign multiple users to take the RDP. Go to the assignments, and in the assignment part, you need to provide the users. You need to assign the user basically. So I'm going to assign the entire three different users that I created on local Active Directory services. GCP, this is our user. AWS is another user that we created. And I think one more user I'm just going to add with name of Azure. Fine, we successfully add the entire users that required. So I'm going to take the RDP of our instance, RDP of our virtual machine. Fine, so and try to log in with the help of GCP. AVD dot, what is the URL? WVD or AVD? Satya, what is URL to access our virtual machine?
avd dot
AVD dot client.
portal.com client.com.
No. client.wvt.microsoft.com/arm web client slash index html. This is the URL. I'm going to log in with gcp at teachmecloud.in. Meanwhile, try to log in with multiple users. I'm going to access with by using both the user at the same time, because we establish a three different session, means three different users are able to access our single computer at the same time. Done. We successfully access the virtual machine with the help of GCP user and also able to log in through the AWS user. Our agenda to protect the host profile, right? So how we can do that? Back to the domain controller, because we used local storage to protect our profile data. Open share folder that you created, and we just need to open the folder, and we are able to find two different folders successfully created. Once you log in the user, it will create the profile information. See, GCP we successfully log in, and AWS. You wanted to open it. It will give you in format of hard drive. It is a image, means no one can see your data, and it will be applicable. We are able to revert back our the VHD file that automatically created. You can revert back only with the help of AVD, not directly. GCP and AWS, both profiles are ready to use. Is that okay? Please confirm.
Yeah, yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. But we establish in local storage. I'm giving you one task. Uh, Remember, while creating our virtual machine, like as in golden image, we provided the path of our share folder. Like, we provided the path of our share folder. We just copy the profile information. Like, this is the path. You just copy and paste on the registry. But I'm giving you one task जहाँ पे आप do not use the local storage. You can proceed with share storage. वो कैसे manage होगा? We just need to open our storage account. I have already created, I think. So let me guide you about how you can use the share storage to store our profile data. Let's take an example. We have a multiple storage. I have already created multiple storage. I'm going to open VM storage 1988 running in location of central US. It's not mandatory. If your storage is public, किसी भी location में आप इसको रख सकते हैं. Click on file share and create one file share. already created. You have option, just need to click here and create one file share. FsLogix. Any name you can choose, it's not mandatory, not FsLogix, profile and create. Under the profile data, you need to provide the access of this profile. We are able to find the option of connect. You just need to click here. It will provide you information, Windows, Linux and Mac. I wanted to proceed with storage account key. Just need to click on show keys and it will provide you the path. This is the path that you need to use. It's really difficult to understand paths, right? So do one thing. आपने क्या करना है? You just need to install Azure Storage Explorer and connect your storage with the help of Azure Storage Explorer that give you a path और same path आपको copy paste कर देना है while set up your uh, uh, what we can say that golden image में आप same path provide कर देंगे. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So this is the task that you need to perform because if everything is okay, means everything is okay, like you are able to set up your profile, you are able to save your profile data over Azure portal, then I'll give you the another task. Means tomorrow we'll discuss about the another practical in the sense we'll talk about auto scaling, one of
Okay.
important service. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Jay, please perform the practical. You can use the same procedure. Just change the path of our share storage ताकि आप Azure पोर्टल पे भी अपने Azure स्टोरेज अकाउंट के अंदर भी प्रोफाइल डेटा को सेव कर सकें which is really important. हर एक क्लाइंट आपसे पूछेगा कि how we can set up and protect our profile data, so you should have aware about it. Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Yep.
Great. So we'll connect tomorrow on same time, like at 8:30 a.m. IST, and discuss more about the remaining services that we have.
All
Okay,
right.
sir.
Fine.
Thank you.
I'll share the recording in next 1 hour. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Take care. Bye bye.
Sir,
Uh,
sir, sir. Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
Satya,
sir.
please.
Sir,
Mhm.
shall I present my screen, sir, regarding this Azure portal?